Welcome back. This is another case-by-case training with bencasetraining.com. And today I just want to take you through the Trainerize app from the client side of things and just show you really just the functionality of the app, some of the features, how it works, and really what you're going to be using it for if you're one of my clients or a potential client that is looking to maybe join, but you're just unsure of how kind of the online training space works and is it going to work for you. And so hopefully this can help just give you some clarity, get a little window into what exactly this is and how it works. So you'll download the app. Step one is just simply getting an email from me. So whether you give me your email address or opt in to give me your email, and I will then send you a link where you can download the app. And when you download it, it'll kind of give you a brief tutorial video through the app, and then there'll be a consultation form that just takes 1 minute to fill out, just giving some details and background on yourself. And then from there, it'll kind of have you create like a profile, enter in details of, age, weight, name, all that stuff. And so once you have your profile created, you will just have a main page that looks like this. And I'm doing this from my phone because that's what most people will be using, and the mobile device look is different than doing it from a laptop. So I won't have a cursor to be able to show you exactly where I'm pointing, but I'll try to be descriptive as we go. So right off the bat, you will have, we'll go to today. So this will just take you to today. When you click that T, that's all that is. So today, it'll tell you, you'll have these little bubbles of things that you need to or are supposed to do on this particular day. So for this particular client, I've entered in their nutrition goals for them, and we've connected their MyFitnessPal, which again is just simply, I can send an email that will walk you through downloading MyFitnessPal, and it will automatically connect it to your Trainerize account. And when that happens, everything that you log in MyFitnessPal, if you choose to do that, it will come through to me, and I'll be able to see exactly what you ate that day. So it's just helpful for you to be able to hit your calorie goals and your macronutrient goals, but also helpful for me to kind of look back and see how you're doing as well and keep you accountable. And then the next thing is just your workouts. And the way these work is you'll just simply click on the workout that you're supposed to do that day when you're ready to do it. And it will tell you estimated duration, which I usually find is a little bit off, but it's close enough. And then the equipment that you'll be using in this workout. And from there, you'll have each exercise will be a little thing of instruction sometimes. And then each exercise will be listed and the number of sets and the rest periods. So when you're ready, you'll simply hit start now, and it'll bring up basically the same page, but now there's little spaces for you to enter in what you did. So first exercise here, stair climbing, and there's a little timer here on the right that you can hit start, and it will start the timer for the time that you're supposed to do the exercise. If for some reason on a timed exercise, a timer doesn't show up on the right, there's also a timer at the top here, this little circle thing that you can, it's the same symbol, and you can choose a specific time to do it for. So once you're done, you'll enter in the time you did it for. For this particular thing, you'll enter the level or the speed, and then the calories you burn. So that is how like a timed exercise works. For an exercise that you're doing for repetitions, the reps will show right below. So you'll see 14 there. That's how many reps you're supposed to do on the exercise. And one really neat feature, and this is one thing that a lot of people ask questions about, especially if they don't have a lot of experience with exercising or working out, is there are videos with all the exercises. So you can simply click on the exercise and it will give a short tutorial or video just showing you kind of the form that you're supposed to be mimicking. And there will be a description too. You can click here and it'll kind of describe a little more in depth. Some of the videos actually have verbal descriptions as well. And then I have done a handful of videos myself, and I'm working on doing more, but some of them I've recorded videos, and you can click on full video there and it'll show you my explanation. And so I'm just a little more detailed, I find, than some of these tutorial videos, but they're all very helpful in explaining how you're supposed to do it. And obviously, if you ever have questions, you can always message me, and I'm always able to answer and help in that way as well. And if it comes to it, we can also do a video call, or you could send me a video of you performing an exercise if you're really unsure if you've got the form down or not, and I can kind of critique from there. Now, you'll also note, so you'll enter in how many you did, and even if you don't do the amount, you'll just enter in what you were able to do. And then you'll notice on the right hand side here, you'll see 12 reps, 12 by 20 pounds. A little confusing because obviously you're supposed to be doing 14 is what we said. So what's this over here? Well, this is just simply what you did the last time. So it's nice because it shows you what you've previously accomplished. And so just kind of telling you what you've done in the past, and if you click on it, it'll actually show you all time what you've done. And on this particular exercise, it'll show you all your past work that you've done with that particular exercise. So it's just kind of nice to be able to track where you're at, what you've done, where you've come from. So you can also add a new set if you're really ambitious and you just want to do the whole set again. Usually most exercises, there'll be 3 to 4 sets, sometimes 2 if you're a beginner starting out. But if you want to add more sets, you're more than welcome to. So it's not something I give my clients full access to be able to do those types of things. And so for beginners, I recommend maybe just mentioning to me if it was a little easy and you think you need more, just so I can really direct you. But definitely for clients that are a little more experienced and have been training with me for a while, I encourage them to do that kind of thing if they feel like they need to. You can also substitute exercises, again, just be for more advanced clients and experience. But if you really just don't like certain exercises, it's bothering you, it's hurting or something, you can hit these 3 little dots on the right and it'll bring up this, and then you can edit and substitute, and it'll bring up the library of all the exercises and you can find something comparable. But yes, again, for the most part, I just recommend my clients to message me and say, hey, this particular exercise bothered me or whatever else, and then I'll make those changes for you. And then other than that, you'll go through, you'll enter everything that you've done, and when we get to the end and the rests, you'll have the timer again to do the rest for. And when we get to the end, there's this little insert exercise you can just add completely new exercises as well. Again, probably don't really need to worry about that, but then you'll just hit save, and once you do, it'll just bring up a little thing to rate how difficult the exercise was, and then that just kind of is helpful for me to see how hard of a time or how easy perhaps it was for you. Once you're done, you've completed it, it will show up as, I'm going back a day here on this client's profile, it'll show up as a bubble filled in saying that you've completed it, and it'll show that little 9 out of 10 or the 8 out of 10. That's the difficulty you rated it, so it helps me see how difficult it was, and then I can actually go in on my end and I'll see all the details of what you did. And so it's just, again, a cool way for me to be able to track what you're able to do, what you're doing, and where we need to go from there. We can also connect MyFitnessPal. We can connect also your Apple Watch or Fitbit if you have one, and it will just track things like total calories, max heart rate, all that stuff. So that's also just a cool feature as well. And then along with that, it'll record your steps in the day. Once we scroll down from here, my progress, we'll see steps, resting heart rate, caloric burn. Those are all things from the watch that you're wearing if you connect those, if you choose to. Calorie intake, that's going to be from the MyFitnessPal being connected. But then otherwise we got body weight and photos. So you're going to obviously have to manually enter those, but then it'll keep track over time, and we'll be able to see, how you're progressing from there. And that's just helpful for tracking progress. So those are things that I will either schedule in your calendar, or you are able to add them in yourself. So my achievements, these are just badges that, show how you're improving, max reps ever, max volume ever, max weight ever, all these different things. So those are just kind of encouraging for you to see how you're continuing to grow and improve. This little plus, this is how you can add things like body stats. You can weigh yourself, add some photo updates if you choose. Also, you can add, let's just say you're on a day where you don't have anything scheduled. So maybe, this day my client doesn't have anything here. And let's just say they play basketball for a couple hours. They can go to activity, and they can add in an activity. Whoops, I don't know what I did there. Lost it. So you can find the activity, whatever, and you can just click on it, add it in, and it will show up in here, and it'll ask you, how long the activity was, and then I'll see again that you did that. So that's just another thing that you can do. And then the next thing is you just got a calendar here. When you click on this one, it just shows basically, a view of zooming out, seeing what you got coming up in the week. You can go backwards in time if you would like as well, and see what you've done in the past. And then this next one, this little kettlebell, is just your workouts that are in your program, and those will just show up all here, and you can again just see all the exercises by simply clicking on the workout. So that's just kind of zooming out, again showing you everything that's in your current program that you're in for that phase. It'll show you the duration here as well, of how long that program is going for. Goals, these are just calorie goals, or there could be other habits we can add in there if you have different habit goals that you want to add, and those will show up as bubbles here on your main page for your daily thing that you need to do. So if we have a daily amount of water that you're trying to hit, or daily amount of sleep or something like that, we can add those goals manually, and then they will show up each day for you to accomplish as well. And then the next thing is meal plans. It's a little fork and knife here. So I can, this is a newer feature, well, at least newer to me on Trainerize, that we can add in meal plans for you. And it's kind of neat. I haven't done it with a lot of clients yet, so we're still new into this, but it shows you, there's a little video to show you how to make the particular meal. There's also the recipe itself. If you click on it, it shows you exactly how to make it. And then additionally, what's pretty neat is if you're like, I don't really like that particular meal, or I don't really want to make that meal, maybe it's just you don't have the ingredients or whatever, you can hit these little arrows here to swap out a meal. And you can, I don't know why it's saying no meals found there. Let's try this one. And it'll bring up just a list of different meals that are the same calories. You'll notice all these are very similar on the calories. And you can just pick something to replace it, and it will replace that particular meal with a different one that is comparable in calorie breakdown as well as the macronutrient breakdown. So this is all based off of what your calorie goals are that we've entered. So and then I've got a few days of meals here, so they have some variety. And yes, again, they can swap them as well. So plenty of different meal choices there, and the biggest thing is they're keeping you at your caloric and macronutrient goals. So if you stick with these particular meals and always, or at least always try to hit these calorie goals, even if you're making your own meal, you can kind of see a breakdown of each meal. You know, how many calories should I be eating per meal in order to hit my calorie goals to get results. So that's just a nice little thing. And then this is just your profile. So just kind of shows your details, 170 total workouts, last sign in, blah, 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 blah. And that is basically it. And so hopefully that's helpful. Just a little quick run through of the app and sort of how it works, some of the features that are included. And I hope that it will be helpful for you if you are one of my clients. And if not, and you're interested, you can reach out to me at mypt@bencasetraining.com, or you can message me through Instagram. My handle is bencasetraining, and I'd love to hear from you. So I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.